Dino wrestler Valnux. Well, anyways, so people are so scared of wolves, but honestly, wolves know better than to mess with humans most of the time. They won't even come close to humans because humans are really dangerous. People gotta understand that most of these animals that people are scared of are more scared of humans than humans are of them. Tiny spirit Mapura. Most hunters are opportunistic, so if you're not in a vulnerable position, they won't attack you. And I wasn't in a vulnerable position. I wasn't like bleeding out or anything. So it was, and I didn't have food on me, so it wasn't gonna like come after me. Yeah. So, and I didn't like turn tail and run. I just stood my ground. Marin says Battle Ocean. I also pulled out my knives, and they have really good night vision, so it probably saw me pull out my knife, and it didn't want anything to do with the weapon. I mean, I'm a human. A weapon is a weapon is a weapon is a weapon. Humans are dangerous, and animals know that. Especially wolves, because they get shot at by farmers and stuff, and yeah. They just want to stay away from humans. Spiritual entanglement. But people are so scared of them. I mean, wolves are a cool animals, honestly. And just like people are scared of alligators. I mean, I'm a Floridian. I've swam with alligators, literally, at a young age. I was like 7 or 8 when I was swimming in a alligator-infested river. And I was with a group, but I was back a little ways from the group. Because they were just swimming faster than I was, so I didn't really care about it because I knew that you only have to be in a group if you're leaving the river. If you're just swimming around the river, you don't really have to be in a group because they won't attack you if you're solo. But if you're solo when you're getting in or out, that's when they attack you. But yeah, if you're gonna swim with alligators and you know that you're gonna be swimming with alligators, rope swing in so that you're not wading in. Because if you're wading in, they think that you're an animal coming to get a drink, and they're opportunistic and they'll attack you. Infinitrack crab crane. Well, anyway, so machines. I would never play machines, by the way. Never play a machine deck. But that's besides the point. Anyway, so yeah, if you're gonna be swimming with alligators, rope swing in, and it'll scare them down to the bottom. Dino wrestler, Terra, Parkour. Yeah, and then after that, don't splash. Do not splash while you're swimming. You just doggy paddle swim around and you're fine. They won't attack you. And then when you go to leave the water in a tight group, because if there's somebody lagging behind, they'll attack them. Marin says, crown, tail. But yeah, if you're just swimming around, you don't have to be in a group until you go out of the water. So I was a little ways back from the group, and I knew all the dangers of it. I knew what to do and what not to do to be safe with alligators. So I was safe, but yeah, I heard some noise behind me. Modolce teacher glass souffle. Lasoufe, something like that. But yeah, so I looked back, and less than a few inches from me was 7, 8 foot alligator staring at me. Surfaced for air right next to me, and I was just staring at me, and I was staring at it, and I just kept swimming. Didn't freak out, didn't do anything, just kept swimming. Berserker of the Tenyi. It was so close to me that I ended up hitting it a few times in its foot with my hand because I was doggy paddling and it was in the way. So I kept hitting it. I hit it a few times, but it didn't really matter because I was swimming forward a little bit, so I created a little bit of distance that I didn't keep hitting it. But it didn't do anything. It just looked at me like, oh, what's this weird looking alligator? You know, that's what I was probably thinking. Salamander, Fennec, but it wasn't messing with me and it didn't do anything. It just breathed and we watched each other and we just didn't care, and he just didn't care, or she, and then it was probably a male. It looked like a male, but I'm not quite sure. I don't know for sure, but anyways, yeah. So he just got his breath and went back down and slowly disappeared back down. Didn't do anything. Time thief, regulator, didn't do a thing. And everybody I tell that story to is like, you weren't scared? I'm like, no. It's just an alligator. I mean, come on. They're like, but you were young and I was so big and you were right next to it. I'm like, yeah, so what? It's just an alligator. Witchcrafter, Patori. It's just like people that go and surf. I mean, you're around sharks. Sharks are more aggressive than alligators, and people still do that. So why do you think it's so crazy that I would be around alligators? I mean, yeah. Anyways, Dirge of the Lost Dragon. What was I thinking? Oh yeah, I brought up sharks. I was standing out chest deep, almost to my neck. It was like a little bit under my neck, and I felt some fish slap into me. I'm like, oh, that's strange. Why are there fish slapping into me? And sure enough, a big fish slapped into me. And I'm like, oh, what in the world is that? Is it a barracuda? Oh crap! And then I felt it side fin, and I'm like, oh, it's just a shark. And it just slapped into me and scraped alongside of me, and then swam off and slapped me with its tail on its way out. It kind of hurt being slapped by its tail, but I mean, hey, I didn't get bit. So striker dragon, and it's just like with alligators, sharks too. You don't freak out. You don't start freaking out. You know, if it hits you, it hits you. If you're there and right next to it, don't freak out. When you freak out, that's when the reaction bites happen. Because yeah, I don't know, just all that splashing and stuff. Borrowlord exchange dragon. But yeah, so just stay calm and you'll be alright. And I was alright. I just stayed calm, stood my ground, and didn't move, and it didn't bite me. It just swam off. It realized I wasn't a fish and took off. Warling of the Unchained Souls. What is that? I can't really tell. So my camera's about to die. I do have another battery, but it's gonna mess up my video when it cuts out again. Valkyrie Chariot. I haven't quite gone into my camera. I haven't quite figured it out. I haven't gone into my camera settings enough. I messed around with it to see if I can change how long it splits the videos, because right now it's at like 20 minutes before it splits the video. Dark Factory of more production, but I don't know if it would be a good idea, honestly. I might make it too big of might make it take up too much memory, mess up my downloading, so I don't know if I'll change it or not. Moran says current. Another Moran says. I'm not ever gonna play Moran says. I'm not a water deck person. My least favorite deck is plants. My second least favorite deck is machines. Salamander Wolvie. My favorite genre is spellcasters. And then after that would be zombies, but I've just never made a good zombie deck before. And I've never played against a good zombie deck before either. Rising Fire. Zombie decks are susceptible to spellcasters, if you didn't know. Spellcaster decks. So I play spellcaster decks, and when I play against zombie decks, they just lose outright, really horribly. Yeah. Ranru, That's why Pegasus lost so horrible to Yugi, is because Yugi has Spellcaster deck. And with any deck, there's a weakness that they have. And that's why I run two archetypes. So that way you can avoid that sort of thing. Alright. Let's see if we can get another one started before my camera battery dies. I think I just scratched my tin. No. Oh well, doesn't really matter because I'm probably not going to keep the tins anyways. Probably not going to. I'm not going to keep the tins. I may keep one. I don't know. I haven't decided. That might be cool to just ship something in. I don't know. They are cool tins. I mean, they went all out this year. Last year's tins were nice. This year's tins way better. Even the construction of how the lid sits onto the tin is so much better than last year's. Way better. Alright, Speed Burst Dragon. My camera really doesn't focus very good on these sleeves for some odd reason. That's why I've been sleeving up with my different sleeves on the holographics. Evil Eye of Gugunui. Gugunuro. Whatever. Oh, it's an Evil Eye. Alright, cool. Evil Eye support. That's what I'm talking about. I got an Evil Eye card in a giveaway that I won. So I would like to play Evil Eyes, honestly. Dino Wrestler Terra Parkuro. Just so I could play that signed card. That would be cool. Imagine winning a tournament with a signed card from a giveaway that you won. What are the odds? Gladiator Namuchia. I think I got an Evil Eye Repose was what I won. I'm pretty sure. Madolce Teacher Glassouffle. Yeah, she is baking. No, is she baking stuff? I don't know, but it's talking about souffle, so I'm just guessing that that's what's in the background is food. I can't really tell, honestly. I'm setting the wrong cards over here. Alright. On to the next one. On to the next. Guard Dragon Justicia? I don't like the art on that, honestly. But whatever. 2100 defense for a 2-star. That's good. So I do play normal monsters, and people are like, oh, normal monsters? You're actually gonna play normal monsters in a tournament deck and take it to a tournament? Yes. Gorgon, Empress of the Evil Eyed. And no, it isn't just my Dark Magicians that are normal monsters in my deck. I do like normal monsters in decks, and they have their advantages with support. Dealing with support, I won't go into it because, yeah, I actually don't want people to be ready for my deck. in the tournament. Peaceful Burial. But yeah, it has something to do with some support cards I have, why I would run normal monsters. It makes sense if you have the support for it, running normal monsters. Yeah, but I run trap heavy and spell heavy, and yeah, so Memories of Hope. Most people run spell heavy.